Hello everyone, welcome to the QA Insights. Today we are going to learn about the verification and validation. So this is the most important part that we are going to learn today in the software testing. So what is verification and what is validation? Everyone has this question. So let me briefly introduce you about both the terms. So first is the verification. What is verification? Are we building the product right? So that's the verification, and we will go deep dive into the definition in the following video. And what is validation? Validation is, are we building the right product? Which means you can see in the picture that first is a verification, which means we are checking all the requirements that while developing the product is right. And later on, while developing the product, we are validating the things that whatever the product that we are developing is right. So in the next slide we will see what is verification, why we are doing the verification, who is going to do the verification, and to ensure what is the verification. So verification ensure that the product is being developed accordingly to the specifications and the requirement. How we can get the specification and the requirement? We are getting from the stakeholders and the PO. PO means a product owner. So let's check about the process. So making sure that each step of the development meet the definition standards. For example, code review, inspection and staging testing. So those all are the testing who are gonna perform. So this verification process gonna perform by the developer, tester and the quality assurance team as well. So what is the role of the developer? What they are going to do in the verification? So in the verification code, they go through their entire code activity, review that code as well, and do perform the unit testing or the staging testing. And what is the role of the QA? What kind of the testing they are going to perform? So they are going to perform the functional testing, they are going to perform the integration testing and the system testing to ensure that the requirements are met at each development phase. And sometimes the business analysts also do the occasionally testing, so they can verify and reviewing the requirements and the specification for the completeness and the clarity. So this is about the verification. What term validation do? So validation is confirm that the final product actually fulfill the user need and expectations. It's about testing the finished product to ensure it meets intent purpose. So who are gonna do this testing and how we are gonna do testing and why we are going to do the validation after the product build. So this is a user acceptance testing. In the short form, it's also called a UAT testing. We are doing the system testing and the functional testing as well. Most of the time this validation testing is done by the end user and the QA teams. Sometimes the stakeholder also do the testing to check whether the requirements are meet our expectation or not after completing the project. So what kind of the testing that the QA team performs? They perform the system testing, regression testing, user expectation testing to validate that the product meets the expectation, which means these all are the types of the testing which we are gonna see the detailed description in the later videos. And what is end user client testing? So that's called the UAT testing. UAT testing most of the time that the stakeholders do to check whether the product is built as per the user expectations or not. But as the QA, we also need to make sure that the product is meet the requirements and it's user prospectively done the testings. Okay. And there is also the project stakeholders which are also participating to validate the reviews and they give us the feedback if anything it's needed. So this is called the validation. So we can see here in the pictures that in the verification all the testings is related to the unit integration testing. And in the validation part, we can see there is a user expectation testing and a usability testing. So these all are the types of the testing that we are performing while validating and verifying the particular product. So this is about the verification and validation. Thank you. Please follow more on YouTube. Thank you.